everybody. I'm Jeff Mullen from SK McDonald. I've got my retail partners, Jack D'Angelo and Mike Washkovich with me, and our special guest, Rob Garofala from Gator. Because of the pandemic, there's been a resurgence of video and audio products for podcasting and webcasting and conferencing on the web. So we thought we'd do a quick overview of the Gator products that are applicable to that. Rob, how are you?
So far, so good, Jeff. Thanks for asking. Down here in Tampa, Florida. Appreciate the intro. We'll try to take you through some of the fun stuff that Gator has that you can play with while you're at home. A couple of really popular new products from Gator that have just really taken off. You know, there's been so much movement towards Twitch streaming, podcasting, and just a lack of quality product in that realm. So we came out with two new upgraded broadcast boom microphone stands this year. These are upgraded versions of our standard broadcast boom 1000. So we have the broadcast boom 2000. Cool thing about that one, it actually uses a friction clutch, so you don't have any locking knobs. It just stays where you put it. So you center that microphone and it stays where you put it. And if you need to move it really quick, you don't need to unlock any knobs. It just uses friction to hold the mic in place. So that one's really convenient. And then, of course, the Broadcast Boom 3000 with its internal microphone cable channel and includes XLR cable. So the two upgraded boom stands have been really, really popular with, again, people doing streaming, people doing podcasting, as well as home recording and voiceover work. Two new broadcast booms at really attractive price points there as well. And then to go along with your home studio setup, we have the isolation pads. These come in pairs. We have 3 different sizes to match your studio monitor. And the idea is to take that studio monitor up and off of your desktop working area to give you a little bit of isolation so you don't get that extra bass, so you can really keep things tuned for reference and decouple your studio monitor. So we have 3 different sizes based on the size of your studio monitor there. And again, these are sold in pairs. Actually going along with the ISO mounts has been one of the most popular new products that we've introduced for the home. These are the desktop speaker stands. And we have 2 different versions. Again, they come in pairs. We have the desktop version, which simply mounts right on top of the desk. It sits there, and that is the version you see here on the left with the rubberized feet for isolation. And the cool thing about this is you can adjust the height as well as the angle of your studio monitor, so you can get that perfect kind of reference field, and again, get these up and off of your desk. And then we also have the clamp version. For just a couple bucks more, you can actually clamp these down to your desk. So if you're in a high traffic environment or an area where you might have to worry about things moving around, it provides a very, very stable base and saves a lot of space on the desktop. So these have been really popular. Again, they save space, they decouple, and they allow you to get that perfect stereo field for your reference monitors. So these are the Frameworks desktop clamps and desktop speaker stands. All about keeping your workspace clear and safe and clean, just like those desktop stands give you extra space. This gets your cables off of the floor and off of your desktop and off of wherever you have them wrapped up. It also keeps them nice and safe, so they're not coiled around all the different things and you're constantly tripping over them and running over them with your office chair. So if your workspace is anything like mine, you need this wall mount cable hanger just to keep your cables and everything organized and safe. Cool thing is you can fit all different types of cables here and keep them organized by cable type, so you're not constantly looking for where's that 1/4 inch, where's that XLR. It's the Frameworks cable hanger. It's a must-have.
Yeah, that's something I'm sure everybody can use at least one of those in their area.
It's always about having that cable where you need it, and of course, that cable with the right adapter where you need it. So this really, for me personally, this has been a lifesaver because I got to tell you, I'm kind of messy with my cables.
You have those in your studio, don't you, Mike?
Oh, I've got 30 of them in here.
I could see Mike cringe. He's much neater than I am.
Yeah, I got a bit of OCD in regards to this, I admit.
Well, you know, kind of playing to that, we have the mic pouches as well. If you're like me, don't be like me. Don't throw your microphones all over the place. Keep them safe. Keep them in these mic pouches. This has been a really popular request from our different studio customers saying, you know, If we just had something that we could keep our microphones in when we weren't using them, that's not a hard shell case. And so we have a 3-pack if you're trying to put a bunch of different microphones in there, or if you're just trying to keep that one very special microphone safe, we have the single mic pouch. And they are sized to fit most studio microphones. So really most side address and front address studio microphones are going to fit in the mic sleeve. More microphones. So if you have more microphones than you know what to do with, and you need to mount either for stereo XY, or if you're doing an interview, you can use these bars for AB. We have a 2-in-1 bar, nice space-saving design here. So again, you might use that in an AB setup for an interview, or even in an XY. And then we have the 4-in-1 bar. So you have a lot of different variety here. I have seen people actually use these just to mount microphones when they're not using them as well. So think about it, you get 4 microphones just on that one space, makes it really easy to grab, especially if you're using one of those Frameworks quick releases, or any type of interview setup, you've got the 2-in-1 mic bars here from Frameworks.
Yeah, that's a good way to store microphones safely. If, if rather than just have them laying around, you could, I guess, just stick mic clips on there and store your handhelds that way.
In the studios that I used to work in New York, I used to see that all the time. We just put quick releases on the 4 different mounts, and then you're just popping the mic on and off from one quick release to the next quick release. It actually saves a lot of space in your mic locker, and if you don't have a mic locker, it's a great way to show off your fancy microphones when you're not using them. So I have seen that actually used in a lot of studios. Mike doesn't show off. Mike doesn't feel the need to do that. But some people, they want to show off that pretty investment. So this is the another space-saving design, all about that home office and space efficiency. We have the headphone hanger. This is great, kind of a must-have. Again, if you're like me, I should show a picture of my home studio before and after some of these items, because this has been a lifesaver, just not having that headphone on the floor, getting kicked in and stepped on and run over. Again, Mike's cringing, but sorry, man. That's why these products exist for people like me. So we have the headphone hanger desk mount, clamps right there onto the end of your desk. And then really popular demand products, we have 2 desktop studio booms. And so it started with the Mic 0821. We originally designed this just like any other short boom stand for all types of studio use. Jeff being a drummer, I'm sure you've used these on just a few kick drums, allowing you to kind of move it around, get the different sounds. And of course, we've used these from amplifiers and miking different guitar amps for years. But we noticed that they really took off with the movement in home recording and in streaming and in podcasting because of the adjustability and because of the weighted bass. All that great studio application goes right over to your home studio as well. So you can have that microphone where you want it. And we followed up with the Mic 0822. Based on popular request, a more deluxe version. So with the counterweight on the Mic 0822, you can really put a heavy boom mic pretty much anywhere where you want it. So you have a heavy side address mic on your boom, and that counterweight's going to allow you to balance it. There's also a lot of extra weight in the bass on the 0822. So the deluxe version is really upgraded, heavy duty use, and allows you all that versatility of putting any mic wherever you want it with that counterweight. So these 2 kind of home studio products have been really popular, not just with people recording their drum sets, either at home in the studio and recording their guitar amplifiers, but also everybody trying to get that microphone perfect placement on your desktop as well.
Yeah,
so those are the
0822, you can put any mic on that. It's not going to fall over. There's a lot of weight on that. I know that.
Yeah, the bass is actually solid. It's a solid cast bass there, whereas the 0821 has some weight relief and a cavity. Not the 0822. It is a solid cast bass. So you're absolutely right, Jeff. I'd like to see the mic that can tip that over. I'm sure you have it somewhere. I'm sure Mike Waskovich has it in his mic locker.
I do.
Mike works out with that mic stand.
With a pair.
And then for those of us who can't lift the 0822, this is more like what I work out with. It's just a little bit lighter, one at a time. We have the standard 6-inch bass desktop versions. These have a nice rubberized ring around the base to provide a little bit of isolation. The standard version is 9 inches tall, and then the deluxe version is extendable up to 15 inches. Again, they have a 6-inch round base. So these are really perfect for where you need them. Great little studio on the go items, and they pack up nice and flat and compact if you have to take it down for when you have company over. And then we have two different pop filters. The standard Rocket version is great. It has the nylon mesh there to stop all that plosive sound from hitting your microphone. And then we have the Gator GM pop filter, which is a dual layer version. So really extra protection for those extra loud vocalists. So two different pop filter options. One's on a budget. The other one is extra deluxe for your studio environment. And really just the best way to get that smooth sound. You know, it's kind of one of those hidden tricks of the pros. And for years, I was always wondering why I couldn't get things to sound that way. And as I stand farther back, but it turns out you just need one of these pop filters if you really want to have that smooth sound.
Yeah, I think that's one of those products that spend a lot of money on their studio, and in the end, they could spend another $20, and it makes all the difference in the world. And
that brings us to the end of our list of products for home recording use that been so popular for Gator. Of course, I guess a lot of the different products that people are using at home today we couldn't cover, but hopefully we'll do another talk real soon, and we can dive into some more of those Gator products that people have been using lately.
All right. Well, thanks, Rob. I appreciate you joining us.
Thanks, Rob.
And we hope to see everybody back on another SKMAC session soon. Have a great day,
Good seeing you guys today. Thanks.
See ya.